Another story we've been monitoring today. We know at least 5 people have been killed. 3 others have been wounded in a shooting incident last night at a tavern in Choba informal settlement in Olievenhoutbosch in Pretoria. This comes after 10 armed men entered the tavern, started shooting at patrons randomly. The motive for the shooting is yet to be established, but we're going to be joined once again by SABC News reporter Lopang Alamu. Perhaps to unpack really the information at our disposal, what we know to date. Lopang, welcome back. You've not been spared this week. It's been a busy week, but obviously with the details slowly trickling in. This morning we spoke about really what we just got the news. We were trying to make sense of the motive and what's transpired. Law enforcement agencies also working to investigate. But as it stands, tell us about the casualties, information on that front. Has the families been notified? But even if we're just looking at the motive, what's slowly emerging on that front?
So, Liesl, at this point, still, unfortunately, 5 people have lost their lives. And now the number of those who are injured and in hospital has risen to 9. So we're standing at 9 and we expect more people to report injuries as the day progresses. What we do know at this point is that that's all the information we have. 10 men stormed into the tavern. It's quite a small enclosure as well. It doesn't really look like one, a tavern rather. And what you do know is that it's part of a house. That area looks like it was meant to be a garage. So also quite... the environment itself is not safe in that sense. So we know that the men entered the tavern and started shooting at random. And one of the residents we spoke to, who was actually in that chaos, says she saw 3 people who just lost their lives right before her. And what happened after the shooting was, during the shooting rather, these men asking her for her bank card, searching the patron. So at this point, what is the motive? Were they looking for someone, or was this a spontaneous shooting that was meant to be a robbery? So I think the investigations, as the case continues, will give us some more light on that part of this particular case.
You updated us on the tavern owner as well, and sort of what's transpiring on that front. But even just the mood, what's happening for the community. I mean, what has their response been? Some of them spoke to it, but they didn't want to be on camera for fear of their own safety. What's been reflected in terms of safety in the area at large, policing forums as well, the efficacy?
So, Liesl, you walk into the area and it's just fear. There was a really loud silence. And you walk in there and the stairs, people trying to find out who we are, and also saying, my sister, I have so much to say to you, but I'm fearing for my life. I can't just talk. We don't know who these people are. They could be around us. They could be watching. So we have no idea at this point who's involved in all of this. And I think the fear was so overwhelming. Some people really did want to speak, but said, okay, just hide my face if you can, please hide my voice, some of them. And I think that's the biggest problem in the area. We also spoke to another resident who said, this is a norm for them. It's shocking, but not surprising. They are quite used to hearing gunshots. They're quite used to having their homes broken into. So a place that residents feel abandoned by the powers that be.
Lopang, it's a developing story and our investigations are underway. Thank you for joining us again and for outlining and giving us the latest there. Of course, Lopang, just confirming now as it stands, 5 people have been killed in a tavern shooting in Olievenhoutbosch in Pretoria. 9 have sustained injuries. And of course, we're looking at the pace at which investigations are happening and where the suspects have been apprehended, the impact it's had on the community, and really where to from here as we try to make sense of the motive behind all of this. Lopang Alamu was on the scene first and bringing us the latest there as that story continues to unfold.